Michael from One Sky, and today we're doing part 2 of this profiles tutorial, creating custom profiles. So in part 1 we covered what profiles are and how to use them. In this video we're going to look at the process of creating and editing custom profiles. We're basically just going to walk through the creation of a profile and look at the options we can take in that process. So in an upcoming video we'll use this and some of the other skills that we've built through these tutorial videos so far, and we'll do something pretty fun. We'll look at how to generate true sidereal or constellational heliocentric natal chart data. So we'll use profiles in that endeavor. So what we do here, what we model in this video, if you build this profile for yourself at home, if you follow along on your Capricorn Prometheus, we'll end up using that. We'll end up using that later. Alright friends, so here we have Capricorn Prometheus open. I'm going to switch views so that we can get the full picture. So we're going to want to make sure the chart tab in the upper left is selected. That's the first tab in the very top bar. And then over to the right, we're going to select astrology settings. We're here in chart profiles. That's the first setting, looking at the profiles, the list of profiles that we have, and we're just going to add one. So we're going to select add here at the top right, and this allows us to create a profile where we can now choose these 5 options: the Zodiac house system, the coordinates system or observer location, the lunar nodes, rulerships, and in a really neat feature that has some really cool utility, we can specify for each profile a different wheel design. And there's a lot of cool wheel designs already built in to Capricorn Prometheus, as well as a wheel editor, so we can create custom zodiacs. So the sky's the limit here with these chart profiles and what it offers us. Today, the profile I'm going to create, I'm going to do so intentionally, and I'm going to call it Zodiac 13 birth chart heliocentric. Alright friends, let's set this thing up. For the Zodiac, we have these options: the tropical Zodiac, draconic Zodiac, and that I think aligns 0 Aries to the north node in a chart. I'm not really sure. I don't use it, so I don't want to really profess on that. A sidereal Zodiac. If we select sidereal Zodiac, we're going to have to tell it which ayanamsha we want it to use to align an even sign. So sidereal is an even sign zodiac, and we're going to tell it how to align to the stars. So Fagan Bradley is probably the most accurate one for true sidereal sort of crossover to even sign sidereal. I think it's the most astronomically accurate. Lahiri is the classic Vedic one, which is basically aligning that even sign zodiac to 0 degrees Libra to the star Alpha Virgo Spica. And the rest of them all have their way. The rest of them all have their method of aligning or fixing that zodiac to the stars. But there's a lot of ways you can do that because the heavens are not even sign. So you can kind of, what you gain over here, you sort of lose over there. So people just sort of developed all these ways of, trying to become more accurate. But here we have a custom And a custom zodiac is going to tell it to orient the Zodiac 13 zodiac that you're already using within Prometheus. It's going to orient that to any point you describe. So we have a custom zodiac, and it's either the one that came, the Zodiac 13 that came with Prometheus, or it could be a custom wheel, like Mastering the Zodiac's midpoint zodiac. That's the one I use, so that's the one you're going to see. And we're going to align this for the purposes of this chart. We're going to align Sheraton, a star beta Sheraton. So we'll go down to stars here. Now I know Sheraton is in Aries, so I'm going to group by constellation. And here it is on the first page, Sheraton. And I'm going to align it to 2 degrees Aries, 15 minutes. Okay, that's the alignment I want for a Zodiac 13 birth chart. And now for the house system, I'm going to use equal, ascendant equals first, but it really doesn't matter. I don't think we can do like no houses. I don't think it gives us that option. We can generate wheels that don't list any house data, but we have to sort of describe a house system when we're selecting a profile. So we'll use equal, ascendant equals first. I'm going to hit enter to enter that data. Now the observer location, here we have geocentric, that's the center of the Earth, topocentric, which is using geocoordinates to describe a point on the surface of the Earth, and we have heliocentric, which is actually taking the sun as the central point. So we're going to swap out the placement of planets in a chart relative to the Earth at all, and we're going to replace that with the placement of planets in a chart relative to the sun. Lunar nodes, we have the option of true nodes and average or mean nodes, always true, always true. Rulership's modern, that's fine. Now for this Zodiac 13 birth chart, heliocentric, I'm going to want to use a wheel design with no house system, and this allows me to do that. I have a wheel design here, and you know, there's so much cool stuff we can do with this. If we want to take a look at in mundo aspects, just real quick, just on the fly, we're curious about in mundo aspects. In the bonus section here on the left, we have a house wheel with in mundo aspects, and we can just designate that wheel, and without having to change anything complicated, we can just apply the profile and switch over to that view, checking out just on the fly these in mundo aspects. Maybe there's something that really stands out there. Well, now it's just that much more easy and accessible. But that's a tangent. What I want to do is use a Zodiac 13 wheel with no houses for this. And okay, now I've set that up. It's going to populate my list of chart profiles at the bottom, so I can use this button here to move it up, move it on up. It will set that down just below the Zodiac 13 heliocentric, Zodiac 13 birth chart heliocentric. I can also in this dialog I can set setting as default. Now my default is the hybrid whole equal house hybrid chart, whole sign and equal house system hybrid chart. That's just, you know, if I wanted to look at this, and first when I call up a chart in Western Sidereal, the Fagan Bradley Ionamsha, then I could set this as default, and it'll give me a dialog. Are you sure you want to? So, no, actually, but if I did that, then when I generate a new chart, it would come up in that profile. edit allows me to edit a profile I've made. So once I've made this Zodiac 13 birth chart heliocentric, if I want to get back in there and change some of the data, say I do want to change this house system to Vedic Baba. Well, I don't, but again, if I did, we can get in there. I'm going to press enter to commit that data. And here we can save it. So save it, right? Always save. I have my own custom settings as an astrology settings. Do you want to replace it? My file already exists. Yes, I want to replace it. I can load other settings. But I have no need for that. We can go back and load very just default. This is what the program comes with when you get it. We can obviously build on that. So that's part of the utility of adding profiles. So I'm going to OK and save out of here. So that's about it. That's the way that we can set up, create, and use custom profiles. Now, when I am here in Prometheus looking at a chart wheel, I have the option to apply the profile that I just created, the Zodiac 13 birth chart heliocentric. All right. And it gives me that setup that I just created. In an upcoming video, we're going to generate some heliocentric charts. We're going to need to make a couple little tweaks in order to do that, and we'll cover that in that video. So yeah, if you were practicing, sort of following along, keep that profile. Don't just delete it as useless. We're going to go into we're going to build on that. We're going to go into depth around that. All right, friends. Not a lot to say. As always, it really helps my channel if you like and subscribe. If you want more information about my professional work, or anything, learning about me, what I do, learning about true sidereal astrology or evolutionary astrology, check out my oneskyastrology.com. And thanks for watching, friends. Thank you, and I'll see you soon for another one of these tutorial videos on Capricorn Astrology Software's Prometheus. All right, ciao.